going to just record me taking off this socket and switch bead, just to kind of show you guys the downside to fitting these. So as you can see here, the plasterer, and it may not be his fault, it may be the fact that I chased this socket in too far. I mean, I did try to leave exactly 10 millimeters protruding out of the wall for the hard wall to be put on the wall, but maybe the wall wasn't square, I don't know, and he had to bring it out slightly more. There's all sorts of variables, you know. Obviously we always aim for the perfect job, and anything less than that is usually pretty damn good. Sometimes you get the perfect job, sometimes it's a bit less. This is nearly perfect, not quite. I'm still happy with it, and I'm still glad that I used these socket and switch beads, because as you'll see when I take this off, there's no cables behind here. I've chased everything into the wall ready. Right, so I've already cut along the bottom. This one's done all the way along here, and I've already done up the side as well. On that side you can see that's already done. And the reason I wanted to zoom this in is because I don't know if you guys can see that, but at the top, because the plaster has kind of come over the front here, what I don't want to do is pull this off and it flicks all the plaster up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and clean that up using this tool, just to find the edge before I cut it out. Okay, so that's that edge done. Now I've got to try and find that top edge. I can just see something there. Scrape that across. Gosh, this is going to be tough. What I'm going to do, rather than scraping this way, if I slip, it's going to go all the way along the wall. I'm going to cut into the middle of the socket and just scrape it along that way. And it's not easy with a camera in the way, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm just going to gently score that along. Look, you can see this is what I wanted to avoid happening. And this isn't a fault with the product, I must add. This is user error. Could be my fault, could be the plasterer's fault. We'll never know. But even so, when I put that socket on, this will all be hidden. I don't think there's going to be any damage outside of the actual socket itself, which is the idea. Okay. Don't go too far away with that. Again, you know, yes, this is taking a bit of time. And if you've allowed enough time on the job, it's not a problem. If you start quoting for jobs where you can't afford to make a mistake, then you won't have time to do this. You won't have time for when things go wrong. You won't have time for the testing. And let's be honest with you, things that get cut when the price gets cut is corners. Corners get cut. Testing gets cut. It's the first thing that goes. And all these drive-by certificates from the van. There we go. And customer service gets cut. You know, customers always fail to remember that when they cut people down their price, that comes at a cost. You don't get the same level of service. And if you're happy with that as a customer, that's fine. Personally, I don't mind paying good money for good service. So this plasterer that I'm using, he charges £350 a day. And that's a lot of money for a plasterer. But for me, he is the best plasterer that I've come across, and he's worth every single penny. And like I said before in another video, he did this whole room with hard wall on the wall first, and then plaster skim over the top. So 10 to 15 mil of Harwool on 1, 2, 3 walls, and then plaster skim over the top. And he did that in 2 days, and he's done an amazing job. I'm really happy. So for me, that's worth it. Right, let's just take this off the stand. Let it come off. So yeah, I don't begrudge paying people good money if they're good at their job. What really pees me off is when I pay good money and get a really rubbish job. There we go. So you can see the thickness on here. It's a bit thicker than what it should be for this switch and socket bead. So there is a chance that it could break out further than what I really want it to. But once I get that socket front on there, yeah, it's going to be fine. Absolutely fine. In fact, let me go and grab a socket. Just quickly grab a socket. I've got one here. This isn't the one that I'll be fitting in this position, but as you can see, once that goes on, there's nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Tiny little bit at the bottom, but that's fine. I can sort that out. No issue. In fact, if I drop the socket down, it goes. So chances are I'll be able to get that on the screws. Awesome. Right, there we go. Thanks a lot, Pete. Again, good product. But as you can see, the reason that I've used Pete's product is this is a solid wall anyway, not dot and dab. I've put the conduit in the wall, that is fixed in, and that goes all the way down underneath the floor. And downstairs it's completely open, so I can wire this at a later date. I can paint this room, get my tools back in here, because that's the plan. I'm going to paint this room, get my tools back in here, which are all in this other room at the moment, taking up loads of space, stopping me from second fixing that room, and then I can swap rooms. So when space is limited, guys, you need to think outside the box. Right, take care. Speak soon.